I was half asleep when my phone buzzed at 1:03 a.m. A single message. From my wife, Aisha. Don't wait for me tonight. No explanation. No follow-up. Just 8 words that punched the air out of my lungs. For 2 minutes, I stared at the screen, waiting for the 3 little typing dots, as if they'd tell me this was a mistake, a joke, some late-night emergency call from her office. Nothing. Just silence and the distant hum of the ceiling fan. At first, I blamed myself. Maybe she was tired. Maybe her shift ran late. Maybe I had been too irritating lately, asking why she'd stopped having dinner with me, why she always showered the moment she came home, why she kept her phone face down like it was guarding state secrets. I kept telling myself she loves you. Don't overthink. But that night, overthinking was all I had. The slow unraveling. For weeks, I'd noticed things small, harmless on their own, but together they formed a knot in my chest. Missed calls she didn't bother returning. Her phone lighting up with messages she quickly swiped away. Her perfume lingering on her clothes long after her late meetings. Her sudden obsession with looking perfect, even when she claimed she was just going to the office. Whenever I asked gently, she'd either laugh it off or get defensive. Why are you acting insecure, Ahmed? You're imagining things. Please don't start. So I learned to shut up. But that 1 a.m. text, it tore through every excuse I'd ever made for her. The breaking point. I waited. Half an hour. An hour. No call. No message. By 2 a.m., I wasn't even angry, I was numb. A cold, heavy numbness that made my hands shake as I grabbed my jacket and walked outside. I told myself I was just going to clear my head. But my heart knew exactly where it was leading me. Aisha had mentioned once, carelessly, that the office stays open at night sometimes. Something about monthly inventory. So I drove toward her workplace. Except she wasn't there. The building was dark, locked, silent. That's when the truth stopped hiding. 2 streets down, through the blur of streetlights, I spotted her car. Parked outside a small boutique hotel. There it was, plain as daylight at 2:30 in the morning. Her car, in a place she'd never have a reason to be. My legs felt weak. My heartbeat wasn't beating, it was hammering. I didn't go inside. I didn't scream or confront or break things like people do in movies. I just stood there, frozen, watching the door, the moment everything shattered. At 2:41 a.m., my phone buzzed again. Aisha. Ahmed, are you awake? Awake? I laughed, quiet, bitter. Then another message came. Please don't be upset. I'll explain tomorrow. Tomorrow. As if my entire world wasn't collapsing right there in the middle of an empty street. I didn't reply with words. I couldn't. Instead, I lifted my phone, took a picture of her car parked outside the hotel, sent it. 1 minute later, she saw it. The scene notification blinked under the photo like a quiet verdict. Her reply came instantly. Ahmed, please. Just go home. I'll talk. No denial. No confusion. Just guilt spilling out of her like she'd been waiting to confess. The fallout. She came home around 4 a.m. Eyes swollen, hands shaking, looking at me like I was both the victim and the ghost haunting her. I didn't mean for this to happen, she whispered. It was just, I was lonely. We were drifting. You were always busy. And he listened. I felt every word slice me open. Not because she cheated, but because she made her betrayal sound like it was born out of my shortcomings. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just stared at her and said, you could have talked to me. You could have walked away. You didn't have to break me to feel whole. She covered her face and sobbed. I watched her cry for the love she destroyed. Not for me. For the loss of convenience, comfort, and the man who adored her without conditions. The goodbye. By sunrise, she begged for another chance. Promised it was a mistake. Said she'd end it. And maybe she meant it. But something inside me had already died. A quiet death. The kind without screams, just a final exhale of trust. I packed a bag, took one last look at the life we built, and told her, I'll heal someday. You have to live with this. When I walked out, she collapsed on the floor behind me, crying my name like it was a lifeline slipping away. I didn't go back. Not then. Not later. Not ever. Some heartbreaks aren't storms. They're sunsets, slow, quiet endings that still burn your eyes when you look back. And that night, standing outside that hotel, I learned something. Sometimes the picture that breaks your heart is the one that finally sets you free.